A little spray, make you go cray cray. Welcome everybody to Visual Disturbance. We'll be right back.
Got one that can see.
Well, here we are, everybody. Had a little glitch there for a few seconds, but welcome everybody to Visual Disturbance channel. Good morning, good evening, and good night. And thank y'all for being here with me this afternoon on this impromptu broadcast. So yeah, big thank you all to everybody, but we're going to get into that when it's big thanks from Visual Disturbance program. But before we get into today's broadcast, I want to talk about something. It's going to be a laid-back program. We are live on YouTube, and I'm even throwing in there in the mix, we're going live on Twitter X. We're on Twitter X today, plus YouTube Visual Disturbance. So welcome everybody to the program, and get everybody in here for this live stream. It's not going to be your typical live stream, not going to be your typical one, but I want to make a few announcements. In the future, got a lot of exciting things. I mentioned it on one of the recordings I did the other day. I did a what if program, and I mentioned something a lot of people I don't think heard it, so I'm going to announce it here on the live today. So I'm looking for researchers, anybody out there in their art, occupations, and different types of things, anything to do that is coordinating with the Visual Disturbance community and Visual Disturbance channel. I'm going to open up the floor to invites for speakers on the Visual Disturbance channel. And the email is at the bottom, very, very bottom of the description box. So check that out if you get an opportunity. But I'm looking for folks out there that if your intuitiveness, I don't care if it's to do with looking up at the sky, we can talk about the cosmos, to if you're a janitor and your occupation is that, God bless you, I want to see you on the channel. I'm going to have just a random flock of folks, anybody that I pick out of the, if you want to inquire about that, the Visual Disturbance, it's on the very bottom of the description box. So I just want to hear some raw, unfiltered, there'd be a little filtering, but I would like just off the cuff, somebody that's been through the grind, somebody that's had such a huge testimony that it'll just take you to your knees listening to somebody. I want it to be impactful, something that's real, no fakery, just something real. That's what I want it to be about. I want something real on the channel, and somebody out there, if you want to come on and talk about UFOs, aliens, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, you name it. And like I said, the floor is open. Don't feel pressure or anything like that. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have anything to say, if you're a janitor, if you work at anywhere, I'm not going to turn you down in that shape or form unless the scheduling gets so stacked up that I can't get to the email. But so come on, and we'll open it up for a conversation in the future on the Visual Disturbance channel. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are too, because I'm open to anybody out there that, even if, if you're, here's another thing, if anybody's out there that's not even got a job, that has some type of infirmity or some type of, they're disabled or anything, if you have an opportunity to have a mic or a camera, come on over to Visual Disturbance. I'm opening the whole floor up, and we're going to have a good time, and I'm going to look forward to that in the future, because we did start that. I just haven't had a lot of people out there wanting to get on to those programs on Tuesday night, but it's Special Guest Tuesday. Special Guest Tuesday, if you guys want to jump back on the Special Guest Tuesday, it's probably where I'll have it. So it'll be on Tuesday evening at that time, around 8 p.m. Eastern. I think that's when I'm going to set it. So just look out for that. Look out for that for sure. So it's a little exciting things for the Visual Disturbance community. And I just want to thank everybody that's part of the X channel right now. I don't know how many folks I got on the X channel right now, but got a couple. And check out my X page. It's the description box below, all that good stuff, all the things that are in the description. Like them, share them, all that good stuff. And then, look at the corner here. We got SpiracyCon.com, and we're going to be talking about that here in a little bit. And Facebook, Spiracy Con, if you want to get an opportunity to check that out. And like I said at the beginning of this, open up this program, a little spray, make you go cray. Check out that single I'm getting ready to knock out. I'm just kidding. Somebody the other day was messing around. So it's going to be a slow down. It's going to be a settle for a slow down. I just had a song in my head. But we're going to be randomly talking today. But I have something to announce. And I'm going to be myself on here. Okay? Visual Disturbance, off the cuff, unfiltered. So, make an announcement. A big thank you to guys. Big old thank you to everybody out there. I haven't done a thank you program for so long. And I wanted to thank you all so much. The channel's growing astronomically. And I could not have done that without you guys. So, all you folks out there that have been part of the Visual Disturbance community, all the love and support, it's massively received. Like, genuinely massively received. I mean, from the viewers, from the comments, from the supporters, from the subscribers, the bottom of my heart, thank you. Seriously. It means a lot. So I just want to thank you all. And yeah, it's a big thank you. Big thanks broadcast this afternoon. And, but yeah. So the other day, just want to throw us out here. The other day I had, actually had a birthday. And it was kind of interesting. My lovely wife took me on a wild goose chase around certain parts of northern Kentucky, or western side of Kentucky, and had a huge surprise for me. And I was anticipating a bunch of stuff, and it was just insane. I mean, I knew it was my birthday. Come on now, And so we went to a coffee shop, hung out there for a little bit, and basically she was deflecting. She was deflecting because she had something that she has orchestrated in the last couple months, and I didn't know nothing about it. So it was a big old celebration. And so we went on, and we even went to Best Buy, and I'm like, man, we're stalling for something, So we had to drive. My wife drove us several miles to go. And a big shout out to Jason Miller, his wife, and then John Pounders and his wife, and all of our kids, and my kids, and all them. It was just such a blessing. We broke bread, had a good old time, and it caught me off guard. I mean, it really did. It caught me off guard. But when I thought about it, and after all they did for me, and I even broke down a little bit. I got emotional on that. That really got me. And I thought about it, and I've seen so many good comments. I've seen people send me letters, and man, it's choked me up. Even now. And I'm not a perfect man. I would say that I even told them the other night I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve this such a grand surprise here. It caught me totally off guard and twisted me around 360. I didn't even know. I was so honored, and it was just a huge surprise. And I thought about it after all that happened. And I said, man. I mean, there's folks that sent me these lovely letters. There's folks that send me huge comments. Some of them are great. Some of them are negative. Some of them are like, man, do you don't even know how to talk? Blasting me. And I thought, man, those are good comments too. I like negative. I like positive, As long as I can articulate it and read it and make it out, it's all good, And I thought about it. And I thought about all the love, man. There's just people out there that I didn't realize that I had such an impact on their life. And, man, that's just, it's a lot. And it's a lot to take in, right? And I just want to thank you guys. Like, it's a big deal. Like, it's been, ever since that surprise the other day, it shook me a little bit. I was thinking, man, there's a lot of folks that I've impacted in their life, and man, um, it's an honor. I mean, I'm very privileged. I mean, it's just a privilege. Okay, I'm very thankful. I can't even talk now, but I just want to thank you guys. There's a lot of people out there that's rooting for me. Um, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't even know. I go through a lot, and I'm just grinding, man. I'm always grinding, like try my best to live this life, And even though all the infirmities I got going on, I still endure, man. Still endure and just try my best to be a light to this old crazy world that is not even, I don't even know. 2025 is just bizarre world on steroids, flipped upside down on a diesel truck up on in the holler. So with submerging ooze of a septic tank blowing out the backside. That's how crazy 2025 is. And sorry to be so off the cuff there, but that's the only thing I can actually really say about 2025. But like I said, the positive things out of things has such great friends, and then I have such great listeners and followers out there in this world, man. And that means a lot. Like it gives me, if I have a bad day or something, and it gives me encouragement to hear such kindness. You can feel it. Some of the words are like pouring off the page. Like when they send me letters, when people send me letters, it's like you can just feel it. I don't care. There's some of them are in different countries, and they can barely write the English language. And God bless their souls. Guess what? I'm from Kentucky and barely can write the English language. So, but there's some people out there that just have poured their soul onto some paper, and that just means so much to me. And the impact, I don't know. It gives me a lot of motivation to continue on the course and not give up. Not give up. And I wasn't going to give up. I'm never going to give up. I'm going to keep grinding until my soul leaves my body. So, yeah, I'm just going to keep on keeping on, especially even if there's whatever type of bump in the road or ditch or sinkhole or volcanic eruption or something coming from the skies and fall in the backyard and whatever we're going to be doing in this realm. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys again and again. And but yeah, so I got something to share. Well, on top of the big thank you. Whew. All right, so let's get all that out of the whack, all that out of the chamber. I was kind of messed up there for a few seconds, few moments, few minutes. But yeah, today's July the 4th. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy time. What about you guys? Here's something to ask. Well, yeah, what about you guys? Is it crazy? And then what about you guys? Is the time speeding up in such a astronomical 88 miles an hour, DeLorean on steroids or whatever? It seems like speed of time and acceleration is upon us. Like, it's literally beyond comprehension of the reality of how fast we are in 2025, and it's 2025, July the 4th. And be safe out there, everybody. Be safe. A lot of people out there, there's a lot of warnings and stuff. I would, in my opinion, just throwing this out here, I would stay away from large gatherings. That's just my opinion. But that's my advice to you all out there and all you lovely listeners that have always been here. There's some screen names in the chat that I've seen since day one. Since day one. Day one. I got sidetracked again because this is kind of emotional. All right, so big thanks. And I'll tell you a little story. That's what I was sharing with you a minute ago. So the channel itself, I was honored. Once upon a time, there was a gentleman that had me on a show. And we talked about Nephilim, we talked about giants, talk about the Native Americans, talk about the Indian mounds. Well, guess what? Just a little plug in here. when you see me at Spiracy Con, I'm going to do a presentation on that. I'm going to talk about the Nephilim. I'm going to talk about the Native American culture and the mounds. You name it. We're going to be talking about a lot of rich history in Kentucky also. And, but yeah, got sidetracked again. But the channel, when it was established, was really interesting. A gentleman asked me to be on his program, his broadcast, all that. Open arms, went into the deep. I didn't think all those years of studying it out, looking at all those years of being on a milk truck before I got severely hurt. I didn't realize all those years of using topography and map and atlas and GPS systems and looking at any mounds, looking at megalithic structures, looking at all over the place that went down into the archaeology rabbit hole of Kentucky. I did not realize that I would get an opportunity. I thought people thought that I was just some crazy milkman that roamed these streets of Kentucky, and I used to get a lot of flack for even speaking out about the stuff we've shared here on the conversation piece, or even in the informational stance when we show some really deep dives in the rabbit hole realm, and I'm truly blessed with that opportunity, that gentleman, and his name is John, but not John Pounders. It's a hint. I'm gonna give you all a little bit of suspense moment, but you can figure out the last name. Big shout out to him. I hope he's doing well. Gave me an opportunity to be on that channel. I was on with him several times. I mean, several. We did weekly shows, I think, in some case. And then one day, he asked me, he's like, "You're going to have to make a channel. You're going to make a channel." So I was like, "Man, I don't know, man." He's like, "You're so computer smart, dude. Come on now." I'm like, "Well, I'm not that smart." Hillbilly, let's just say redneck ingenuity. And prayed about it. The gentleman asked me, he's like, "You're going to get a YouTube channel, blah, blah, going to get it up quick. Go get it up quick. Come on now." Like a drill sergeant. And then, boom, established Visual Disturbance. I said it fit the theme. It fit me because that's the walk I'm walking when it comes to being visually disturbed in reality, in real life, So, on you go. But before that, before I made the Visual Disturbance channel, the reason why I had that opportunity to be on that gentleman's show was no joke. I give all thanks, a big thank you to David Carrico and John Pounders. I sold, to get the equipment, I sold literally all my toy collection as a child. Had everything from nostalgic, G.I. Joe, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, He-Man, you name it, video game consoles, you name it. I sold the whole thing. I got a mic. I got a laptop. I told my wife the first thing I was going to do with it, I said, I'm going to sing. I'm going to sing for folks. I'm going to get on a YouTube channel. I'm going to be a singer, man. Come on now. I auditioned years ago, 2006, to be a lead singer of a band. Got the opportunity. And then 2 days later, after I was told I was going to get it, and I just had to go in and sit down and finalize the paperwork, I bailed on that in 2006. But that's a whole nother story. But I told my wife, I said, I'm going to get me a laptop or something with this, amount of money that I sold all my, toys. And literally, it was unbelievable. I had so much. So I had that buddy that did comic books and all that, and owns a comic book store and buys old stuff, right? Comes over, buys it all, and gives me a lump slum of, I said slum because guess what? I looked at him, I said, I could probably get a lot more if I sold all this out single. And he said, yeah, you can. But I said, guess what? I'm going to take the money. So I bought the laptop, bought the mic, just started collecting on it. And one day I ran into Brother David Carrico, and we was discussing Indian mounds and talking about Nephilim, mounds, what have you, the whole thing, the fallen angel narrative, all of it. And he goes, hey, you want to be on the Midnight Ride? I said, excuse me, sir. I said, excuse me. So I was real. Let's just say I was a rookie back then. I was I wasn't never a really good speaker, and I tri- I was a nervous wreck. I didn't even know what to think. So they did a recording segment and aired it on the Midnight Ride, and then boom. And I'll never forget that, John Pounders and David Carrick. I'll never forget that. I won't. Y'all are my friends. Big shout out to you both, and I love you both. I love you. I love you guys. And then the other John, thank you so much. I mean that. If you can hear me, if you're not working, if you're taking a break, wherever you are right now in Kentucky, John, thanks again. So, but yeah, that's how the story that's a crash course of how this channel got started. And I'm forever thankful for those gentlemen. And yeah. So there's been people here. I've been seeing the chat. There's people that have been here since the beginning. There was one woman, she's been here since the beginning. I've met her in real life, and she'd be like, I remember back then, people was listening to me. I sung a song. I had to take it off the channel. I'm a little teapot. And it was an inside joke because I was on this other show. And I did it. I can't believe it. It comes up a little teapot, short and stout, or something. I was singing child baby rhymes, like my mind was fried up. So, and then I had like a little Nephilim and the Stargate thing and all this stuff on the screen, and everybody's like, "Man, I like this guy, but I can't stand this little teapot." So, and then I did a campfire. I think it's still up. Visual Disturbance campfire program, and it's just been a wild ride ever since, And yeah, it's just been an emotional roller coaster, and I'm very blessed and thankful. And if it wasn't for you all, I wouldn't be here either. And I just want a big shout out to you guys for always just liking it, hitting the notification bell, sharing everything out. I mean, you can just, like I said earlier before I got so emotional, you can just feel the emotion for you guys. Your comments are so genuine. They're real. They're raw. That's why I was mentioning at the beginning of this live feed here. I'm opening it to open floor. I don't care what's going on. If you got a decent camera and a mic and you're able to hook up to a computer, we're going to rock this thing and just have a good old time on Visual Disturbance channel. I'm not going to desecrate nobody or discriminate or anything. I'm just going to have all respect because that's just who I am. Like, that's just, respecting folks. And I want to give this to anybody out there that just has a voice and want to come on and talk about something that you have researched or have a huge, stat sheet of a portfolio that's just beyond understanding. You can have the whole thing from the small to the big. And I want you all to be on here. It would just mean a lot. It would mean a lot. Special Guest Tuesday, unless I change that, but it's supposed to be Special Guest Tuesday. So, but yeah, we've been 23 minutes in. I'm going to stay a little bit longer. But yeah, don't go back and try to find that little teapot, short and stout coffee. I started a coffee combo radio show, and I think that's when it kind of all started off and went from there. But yeah, if you're just now tuning in, if you want to be a guest on Visual Disturbance, it's at the very bottom of the description box. You can't miss it. Well, yeah, you might, because it's very, very deep into the description. But I think I just changed it just a second ago. It's inside. I think it's in the upper part too. So check out that email, and it's at your disposal if you want to check it out and get in contact with me to be a guest on the channel. So. But yeah, big thanks to all you all. I'm gonna do a show one day, just popping all the envelopes out. Just people are saying, Brian, you've been such a blessing to me. You motivated me. You inspired me to keep on going. And when there was nothing to keep on going with, bringing up the Bible, Scripture, giants, aliens, the whole ball of wax, and just everything that's been rattling in my brain. And everything I've studied out, it's just been a beyond measure of a blessing to somebody, and that just blows my mind. And I just won't forget those letters and that love. Like, it's just genuine, and I'm all about genuine. I'm all about In 2025, I'm all about being dependent or loyalty, and there's still good people out there is what I'm saying, like being committed and motivated and driven instead of driven for evil or driven for some sinister plot or some horrible thing, just to do something ill will, I love that there's positive and joyful people in this world still. So it means so much that you guys would just, I can't even, my words, right now, I just can't even articulate what I want to say because the love is so beyond overwhelming. So the days where I can't get out of bed, the days that I'm just like drained and I think about those thoughts and think about those comments, think about what you've written down on paper, and it just drives me, man. Like I'm just like, okay, we're going to talk about something today. I'm on FOJC, we talk about the Bible, Doctrine of Christ, what have you, right? A lot of people scoff about that. A lot of people I get ridiculed for that because we take it to a controversial topic here on Visual Disturbance. We always take it to everything and everything. Different spectrums of different realities. We talk about it all. And a lot of people are like, man, what do you mean? You like the Bible? Well, yeah. And I just think all those opportunities to shine a light in this sick, old, twisted world. And yeah, it deeply drives me, like for real. Like I try my best, and I try to do all I can, and I'm thankful that people are just so. The words escape me because of you can feel the passion and the love in these wording, the way it's worded. There's something about a piece of paper and a pen. There's something about somebody handwriting something out. You can write a digital comment. You can send me an email or what have you, but there's just something about the signature. There's just something about having a signature, having something that's written down that it's almost, I don't know, it's just, it's packaged different. It's got a different feel to it. It hits different. Whew. But yeah, big thanks to all of you. Like seriously, big thanks. It's not your DG. There you go. I see in the chat. DGS MMA. Hit me up in the email, my friend. I know where you are. And don't be shy either. Don't be shy. Don't think that you can't accept that invite because you're not good. When the world says that you're not a good person, you can't speak fluently. Well, there's a lot of speakers out there, a lot of people that get on the main stage of reality, and they can't say 10 words, but they're multi-billionaires, okay? So don't put yourself in a box, and don't ridicule yourself, or don't do that. Don't say bad things and don't say negativity. If you come on here and you just stare at me on the screen and you're just like this, and I don't care if you sound like Boomhauer off King of the Hill, and we're gonna have a conversation. Okay, we're gonna have us a conversation, a special guest Tuesday, and if it's a testimony, we're just sitting there going, we might have to have somebody articulate and translate the conversation. I'm not going to use ChatGPT to do that, but we might have to translate that old country slang, country twang, and yeah. But yeah, that's going to be cool to have a bunch of folks on there, and yeah. Big shout out to Swamp Light. Good seeing you, Johnny Kirk. It's always a pleasure. You're always just spitting it right out there, my friend. You're always just telling it like it is. I appreciate you, Craig Wolf. I'm pretty sure, Craig Wolf, I think you sent me a letter. I think you sure did. And my goodness, sir, I just got that not too long ago, a few days back. Bless you. And when all the stuff that you inquire, everything that you piled up into that note, all is well. Okay? All is well. Thank you for the support. Thank you for always being here. I see you in every single chat. You come on here all the time, and I'm praying for your health. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get into details, but praying for your health, for strength, And yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, but appreciate you, Craig. Appreciate you, and everything is good, my friend. Everything's good. So, all right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. But yeah, DGS, MMA, come on, come on. And Christine from Colorado, thank you so much for being here. Well, let's get into something. Instead, well, you know, big thank you. Yeah, I could sit here and probably talk for another 3 hours. And that's okay. So let's get into it. So I know y'all have heard me talk about Spiracy Con a lot, and I just want to announce it. I know I've announced it several times here on Visual Disturbance channel. We got a Facebook page. We got a Spiracy Con website. We got it all there. You can scan the QR codes, and it'll direct you to where you need to go. It'll direct you where you need to go. So, a lot of things on the itinerary. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it for a minute. Because I want to really, because y'all see me do little shorts, and I put shorts up on Spiracy Con. But I'm going to give a shout out to these folks. And I'm going to thank them too, again, probably when I see them in person, when I actually meet all these folks. I'm going to, I'm going to thank them in person too. So, let's just talk about the speakers, okay? Well, let's go to the homepage here. So if you haven't bought tickets yet, the link is in the description. We'll be glad to see you on August the 22nd, 23rd. We got a lot of, like I say, all the time, diverse, crew of folks, man. Anywhere from Bigfoot to UFO to biblical narrative, these folks are going to crank it up. And I'm even included in that, thank God. And it's going to be a really cool to get on stage, be rocking it out, and see everybody in the flesh and have just a good outing. That's what it's about. The way things are in 2025, we want to have a place where people can gather and not be judged for what they believe and actually come together as one body and have a different, unique experience at Spiracy Con. And we want it to be fun and entertaining. Plus, you be serious too on the serious side and be informative for all walks of life. So if you're new to this channel and you're new to anybody out there with an ACTV, FOGC, all those guys will be there. Those gentlemen, there's going to be some ladies there too that's going to be on the speaker list. And let's get into it real quick. Let's talk about it, because I have not brought these guys up like in the way that I should. So I'm going to respect them right now. A lot of respect to these gentlemen and women on the speaker list. So if you haven't checked out Richie from Boston, Richie from Boston's going to be there. If you're watching this, Richie, my friend, hope you're doing good in your travels. A little spray make you go cray. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Richie's an OG when it comes to the legendary YouTube. So check out Richie from Boston, and you'll be glad you did, because this guy's going to be making a commute down here to Cave City. And I get to meet him in the flesh too. And we're going to rock it out and have a probably interesting conversation about the little lines in the sky, you know. David Carrico, my friend, my brother in Christ, respect. If you're seeing this, Brother David, God bless you, and thank you for everything that you've done. He will be there in the flesh. The man has had let's just say a stat sheet. His portfolio goes and stacks to the miles, to the hilltops. 40 years of ministry work. This man, in my opinion, is a legend when it comes to spiritual, divine intervention, when it comes to everything this man has talked about biblically. He's got it going on. So check out David Carrico if you get an opportunity. Big shout out to Charlie Raymond. Charlie Raymond of Kentucky Bigfoot Research Organization. Charlie Raymond's going to be there, native to Kentucky. Bigfoot research in this place, digging up trenches, digging up bones. I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole, do I? I don't want to sing a song, do I? No, little teapot. But yeah, Charlie Raymond be digging up bones, going up through all these different things. I wouldn't say he's digging up bones, but I think he's checking out and sniffing around and smelling a little sulfur smell, a little odor that goes in the woods of Kentucky. This man has been all over the Commonwealth and studied all this stuff out. So he's going to be there speaking. Big shout out to you. Approaching Eternity. Well, y'all know who this gentleman is here on the screen. That is Joshua Watts. Joshua Watts and his crew will be there rocking it out and doing all kinds of different things as far as music. They're going to be bringing it, and I can only imagine what they got up their sleeve. But yeah, check it out if you get an opportunity. They're going to be there for a lot of entertainment when it comes to music. So Approaching Eternity will be there. And before we move on to the next one, the next gentleman, I'm a huge fan of archaeology. I've looked at many places. Star Forts, you have it, you name it. I've been to certain places here in Kentucky that'll make you go, huh? And you're like, Indian mounds, tibulas. Let's just say when it talks about the Nephilim and the giants of old, Genesis 6 verse 4, I have probably mapped out 70-something counties in this state of Kentucky, and there's like there's like 120 counties in this state, and I'm still digging. So for, rock shelters, you have it, you name it, it's wild. But yeah, Aaron Junkins. I've never been to this place. I think this gentleman's been to Göbekli Tepe. Dr. Aaron Junkins, known as the Maverick Archaeologist, is a biblical archaeologist, author, film producer, explorer. He's done all kinds of different things. So big shout out to Aaron Junkins. Be glad to see you when I do, man, my friend, when I meet you. Well, John Pounders, I just seen him the other day, and like I said, I can't thank you enough for a wonderful, wonderful birthday surprise, and I cannot believe you guys was able to coordinate that and keep me in the dark for 2 months. I see how you guys are. I see how you all are. So yeah, Now You See TV, he's the co-founder and all that. Not co-founder, excuse me, the visionary founder of Now You See TV. The man has been doing this thing since 2010, so 15 years plus, grinding it out and doing all kinds of stuff. So, and then there's that guy. There's that guy on the screen, Visual Disturbance. You're seeing him in the flesh right now on your TV screen. And yeah, I've been doing digging, been doing some things, been taking some deep dives since about 2008, 2009, when I was woke up to a certain randomness of dreams. I'm going to discuss that. I think I'm going to talk about that at the Spiracy Con. So we're going to be talking about Nephilim, giants, Native Americans, and some new information research I've been digging into. We're going to share that. I'm going to do live. So yeah. But yeah, at the bottom there, he's on the screen. I've already showed him on the screen here, but I'm not going to go through the whole speaker list because there's quite a few. There's 18. But yeah, Casper McLeod. I made the comment the other day when I did the short up, there can only be one. There can only be one. And I was using that movie reference from Highlander from the 80s. So Casper McLeod, big shout out to you. He's got a lot going on. He's got a huge stat sheet too when it comes to his portfolio. And a guitarist, singer, songwriter, and even an ordained minister. This guy has been doing a lot. And I've met him once. I only met him for a few moments down in Georgia. And he's a very cool individual. Big shout out to you, Casper McLeod. But we'll just cut it off at that when it comes to that. But yeah, if you guys want to check out SpiracyCon.com, it talks about the speakers. It talks about the tickets. Unfortunately, we're sold out of VIP tickets. And general admission tickets, all that. There's even one-day Saturday passes if you want to get an opportunity to check that out if you can't make it for both days. But the general admission ticket is for 2-day pass, so check it out when you get an opportunity. We'd be glad you did. And also, I even plugged into the website all the surrounding areas because there's going to be Mammoth Cave. There's all kinds of cool stuff to do around there, and lodging attractions, and even restaurants. There's all kinds of things in the Mammoth Cave area in Cave City. So join us for that if you get an opportunity. And then I want to throw out there vendors and all that stuff going on into the mix. So check it out. Vendors have an opportunity to sign up here at SpiracyCon.com. So check it out. If you get an opportunity, there's an application form, and we'll get back to you on that. But yeah, check out Spiracy Con. And I'd be all those folks, all these people that I've been talking about during this whole broadcast. If you can make it out, all these letters that you've written out to me, all the love and just everything that you've done for supporting this channel, Visual Disturbance, I would be so thankful if you come and check it out, and I get a chance to meet you. I get to shake your hand, give you a hug, and say thank you, like to your face. It would be good to see instead of screen names and a piece of paper. I love human interaction, And I think that's just the way we're built, and this society has decided to try to like tear all that down. So I would love to see everybody in the flesh and get to shake your hand and say, really, thank you. I get to have a name with the face. So it'd be great. I'd be so thankful to meet you guys in real life. So I'll be there. And yeah, check out the tickets and all that, the QR's codes there. But enough of that. So we're 40 minutes in here, and I just want to say a few more things here during the broadcast. I want to give a big shout out to quite a few people here. Two Lamps, Last Hour News, thank you so much. I know it's your name in a lot of things, so thank you for being here all the time. It's a blessing. And Tickety Boo, thank you for being here. I haven't seen you for a while. Maybe missed you in the chat. Tex Hoss, thank you for being here. And thank you all. There's somebody donated a while ago. God bless you so very much for doing that. My goodness. I don't deserve it, but I thank you so much. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. And I want to thank everybody that's on the X side of things. We're going to be, I wanted to actually ask you guys too for a favor. If you would take the email at the bottom of the description below, and actually, if you don't want to be a guest, you don't want to be a guest on here, or somebody speaking about a certain topic, you can help me out doing this. Can you do me a favor, and can you write something, an email, and let me know something that you want me to tackle as far as a subject or a topic matter? And I will get back to that, and we will make shows out of it, make broadcasts. So if you want to inquire about that and email me, that would be wonderful, and then we can get the ball rolling. I'll dedicate the broadcast to first name basis. If it's Jason, Billy, Johnny, whoever, and I'll say Johnny from Oklahoma or something like that, if wherever you're from, and I'll say that's why I was inspired to do this daily what ifs, or something on the Visual Disturbance channel when it comes to any type of topic, and that would be awesome. So just if you have any recommendations for something on a topic that you would like to share, please, and put that in the Visual Disturbance email. And then also, if you can't get a hold of me by email, go to the Facebook. Facebook is growing. I cannot believe how many people are following me on there. What a truly blessing that is. And then there's the X side of things. I've only got a couple hundred folks that's following me on X. I'd like to have more. Maybe one day in the future, if God blesses it, maybe we'll be there. Maybe we won't. But hey, check me out on X, and I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and you name it, I'm on it pretty much. And I've even got a Discord account, but I've not incorporated that into the description of the whole thing. I haven't even shared it on Visual Disturbance. So, oh man, FPS, I'm from Oklahoma. Well, come on, man. Either be a speaker or, either be a speaker or inquire about what goes on in Oklahoma. And we'll even do some Google Earth imagery. I know you guys love the Google Earth stuff. And, but yeah, Amy, happy 4th of July to all you guys. And if you are a veteran or a member of the military, thank you so much for your service. I love all you so much. Amen to that. Amen. I'm a new subscriber from Clinton, Oklahoma. Peace, grace, and all through Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. But yeah, Amy, seriously, good job putting that comment. That gets me going. Veterans, military, let me tell you something. I know some folks that have served, blood, sweat, and tears, grinding, doing all kinds of things that they had to go through to get back home safe. These folks, listen, I always say this all the time. If it wasn't for the truck drivers, we wouldn't have a civilization here in America, the way the system is set. Truck drivers, thank you. We wouldn't have food, we wouldn't have supplies, we wouldn't have everything, all the convenience of America has got if it wasn't for the truck drivers. Let me get back on the subject of the military. Get subject of veterans. These men and women have sacrificed everything. These men and women have been through the grind so much that we are everything, the trauma and whatever. There's all kinds of things these folks have had to go through. These folks should be treated at the highest respect, and they don't get the recognition they deserve. And God bless you folks, and thank you for the service of keeping freedoms, keep the freedom going here in America, and everything that you was asked to do. it had a purpose. And I know there's probably some horrible things that had to go along with that. Like I said, my heart goes out to you, and I understand. And like I said, if you're on the other side of the fence and you never served, and we're freely sitting here drinking our cup of coffee or drinking our water or eating the food that the truck drivers give you, you should be truly thankful to our veterans and our military, because to keep us safe and everything that they've had to go through, it's not even our nightmares. Probably there's some things these folks have had to go through. God bless you guys. I know several people that suffer from a lot of different things, and I really genuinely mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys, I pray for military. I pray for folks that's been in the past that are retired. I met a guy the other day that one of my children was getting their driver's license, and the gentleman, he just rubbed me. When I've seen him, he rubbed me in the way of saying, okay, he's got a really different demeanor about him, and he's a state trooper. And I just knew. I said, man, that guy's had to serve. I just knew it, because I was thinking, man, he rubbed me the wrong way at the beginning, and I'm like, okay. And then I went back and gave, I was like, hey man, thank you, for helping my son out. And then I was like this, I said, you served, didn't you? And he's like, yeah, in the 1990s. I said, God bless you, man. Thank you. Like literally, thank you. And he's like totally caught off guard. He's just super cool guy, right? And these people are living amongst us now. They've went back to reality, live and have families and everything, and had to start a family late because of all the sacrifice they gave us. And they're in their 50s now or whatever, retired in some cases, or 60s, and they're starting children. I've seen some folks have family, young ones in their 50s. By the grace of God, they had to start late because their careers and everything. So these folks are like soldiers. They're like heroes, to America. And Amy, thank you. Seriously, there's some really just beautiful people that have gave their whole life. And if I had a hat, I would take it off, and my hat goes off to you. So I can't put much more emphasis on that. So if you ever see a veteran, don't be scoffing, don't be making fun, don't judge them by the way they look or whatever. Go up to them and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, because I have freedoms that some countries don't have nothing. And everything that you've done, it's probably went unseen and probably doesn't even know about it. It won't be mainstream. It won't be on the top of the pedestal. But these people need encouragement. These people need encouragement. And just little things like that. Little things like that. And that goes for the folks that, like I said earlier, if you're a janitor or whatever you do for an occupation, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, you need to hello, how are you today? And it makes you don't understand how much that makes of an impact to a human. Even in 2025, it makes such a big impact. And it'll just, you don't know how that person's life is. People automatically judge and make up things, and that's just something about human nature for some reason. And people just jump on the bandwagon and saying, oh, they're okay. No, they're not okay. Literally say hello and see what happens. Get an interesting conversation starter. I was literally I'll tell you real quick what happened to me. If you go on my Facebook page, I announced his coffee shop. But yeah, I'm going to give him a shout out right now. At Pigeon Forge, I was in Tennessee the other day with my family. And there was a gentleman. I didn't even know I was going to be randomly going to this coffee shop. This coffee shop was called Lucky Brews Espresso Yo. Can't make this stuff up. We go up and pull up in the parking lot. And then all of a sudden, I look at the window, and there's this giant, dragon or dinosaur alligator. And there's this skeleton thing, and then all this really cool stuff on this side. And there's this painting, this canvas, and it had Bigfoot painting a bear. And then I did the reel. I said, hey, it's Bigfoot painting Yogi's cousin. Lucky Brews Espresso, yo. So I walk in, I kid you guys not. I walk in, and here's my family in behind me. And I walk in, and I'm kind of looking around like, what in the world? And I looked in the corner, and there was a Bible and a prayer box and this elaborate setup. He had biblical stuff and this little, it's just a really cool setup on a table. Okay. And I said, what is up with this what is up with this Bible in the corner? I walked up to the owner and I asked him that. I'm like a bull in a china shop, guys. I mean, I said, what is up with that Bible? So he took it the wrong way, I think. I remember replaying it in my head and had total recall. And he goes, well, it's about the good news. And just big shout out to you. His name is Lance. And the way his facial features and his... because he didn't know where that conversation was going. I think he thought I was going to be like upset and totally against the Bible or something. And then I was like listening to what he had to say, his testimony and what have you. So big shout out to you, Lance. I had to say it on here. Couldn't help it, my friend. So Lucky Brews Espresso Yo, and it's at Pigeon Forge in Tennessee, in the Gatlinburg area, and Pigeon Forge area, where the Old Mill restaurant is. If you see the Old Mill restaurant on the right hand of you when you're in the car, just immediately turn left, and Lucky Brews will be right dab in the middle of another. There's these two other shops, and Lucky Brews will be there on the right. So big shout out to you, Lance, if you're listening to this. You're probably not, but like I said, I'll see you at Spiracy Con, right? Right, Lance? So, but yeah, what is up with that Bible? Oh man, I mean, that's the way I am. Like that's why I can't wait to meet you guys. I will be respectful. I promise. I'm not too, I said bull in china shop. I'm not too invasive. I don't freak out. I don't get in your face and it's get like too energetic. But yeah, I have a good time when I get out. I like to, just have a good time. Enjoy this life, what's left of it, and just enjoy it. Hey, the sun's shining. When I get out, when I actually go places, when I hardly do, honestly. Everybody probably thinks I do, but when I go out, I'm like, hey, there's a stranger. Let's talk to him, But, and people take advantage of that, by the way. People get mad at me. They're like, what are you doing? This guy's from Kentucky. He's talking funny, man. Talking funny. Why is he speaking to me like that? It's like, what? But yeah, my accent can be a little strange. People are like, what'd you say? Excuse me, sir. Where are you from? I'm like, Kentucky. You ain't from Kentucky. You from Alabama or Virginia or from another country altogether. But anyway, that's enough about me. But I really do. I want to thank you all so much. And then I can't emphasize it enough by just the love and the support and everything that y'all done. It gives me motivation. I can't explain it. Like when I see such a well formatted, it's just the way it's composed on paper, and there's people out there that I just will never forget what they said. And I just can't thank you guys enough. And I haven't done a thank you post in probably forever. I think I did a live feed like maybe a year or two ago. It's been a long time, and I thought it was that time now. I thought it was up to, even though it's 4th of July, I thought it would be that day. I thought it'd be that day to do it. And we are sitting here just kind of hanging out like we're doing a coffee combo. We do a coffee combo program here on Visual Disturbance channel, and we just sit and drink coffee. So it's kind of the same kind of feel, kind of vibe, but we are thanking all the viewers out there that everybody's just been abundantly overwhelming, loving people out there in this crazy old world. I don't even know if that made sense, but sorry, I was trying to drink water there. But yeah, it's the letters and everything are received, and yeah, I can't. This has been a kind of a rough broadcast. I've had to change up a little bit and kind of rant a little bit and kind of back and forth and talk about things so I won't get so emotional, because you guys mean the world to me, that you all will just keep on. Like you're like, every time I go live, boom, there he is. You're like, or there she is, right? You're just been so kind, and especially sharing on social media. There's one gentleman out there, his name is Bill. I mean, I don't even have 5 set. Like I'll be trying to post something. I'll post a URL or something, and boom, Bill's like, bam, bam, bam. There's like fire coming off his fingers. Like I can literally imagine him posting it at supersonic speeds every time. Bill, I can't even get an opportunity to do it myself. And you just jump on Facebook and you just post it to my page like lightning speed every time. Every time. I can't believe that. I mean, I click, bam, every time. So, Bill, thank you so much. Oh, man. Yeah, it's interesting, though, for sure. But, yeah. Good times. Happy. Cheryl Jackson, thank you. Amy, thank you so much again. Wow, thank you for the donation. Bless you, and thank you for the kind words in the chat. And then Mrs. Barnett, bless you. Bless you so much. And you're from Kentucky too. I think I've seen that sometime in the chat. I don't know if it was on the Midnight Ride or FOJC, but thank you for being a Kentuckian and making through the... Stay away from the green lights! Stay away from the green lights, Missy. Stay away from them. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not. The green light special. Stay away from it. Good night. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're watching this channel, you definitely know what I'm talking about. There's a certain individual that loves to tell us to put green lights up a couple years ago. So that's a whole nother rabbit hole. I've ranted enough about that on this channel. So I gotta watch what I say now. in 2025 still. Oh, hello, Sugar Girl. Sugar Girl, the email is the very, very, very bottom of the description box. It literally is. It's at the very bottom. Very bottom. If you don't see any words, there's a problem. But it's literally at the bottom of the disclaimer. You'll see at the bottom. Gary. Hello, everyone. Well, Gary, hello, back to you. And, yeah. Swamp Light, you've been here since, like, probably the cutting, you know what, days. And Mr. John's broadcast, I know you've been around for a long time, so bless you. Craig Hayden. Craig, you everywhere. Craig, good to see you. Ruth, good to see you. But yeah, this is a impromptu live. I usually don't do these. It's been a long time. Oh, if you get an opportunity tonight, we are going to, on the FOJC side of things tonight with David Carrick on Friday Night Live, we're going to be talking about literally, it's some worm damage. There's a little worm damage in the mix. So check out Friday Night Live. You'll be glad you did. It's going to be an interesting treat for everybody, even though it's on the 4th of July. We're going to be still cranking it out, and I hope y'all can check that out at your viewing pleasure. But yeah, we got the broadcast coming up tonight, and then we also have on. Well, did I even tell you the title? I didn't tell you the title. And the title of Friday Night Live with David Carrico is "The Worm That Thrashed a Mountain." No joke. And the worm that thrashed a mountain. So that's going to be an interesting broadcast. And then David's got a really cool, interesting, and complex, I would say that, Bible Sunday Night Live. We're going to be doing some more Bible study for Sunday Night Live on FOJC. So check that out if you get an opportunity. But yeah, interesting stuff indeed. There's me on the screen there. A little spray make you go cray. I would say that photo there would when I was a milkman, I probably had the strength of an elephant. Literally, I was really stout. I was probably about 185 pounds at the time, and I could pretty much outlift my weight. A little bit double, actually. I could do a lot back then. But yeah, I'm trying to do a lot now and try to be a shine to the world in this insanity. But yeah, I used to be a milkman. A lot of people don't know that about me. I'm going to mention that at the Spiracy Con event. And I got a little interesting presentation for that. It's going to be throwing a little mix in with my fun humor. I love to be humorous, but I'm going to be serious on the serious side of thing when I present my material. So check that out, Spiracy Con. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have a blast at Spiracy Con on August 22nd, 23rd. I hope you guys will be able to come out there to join me. But yeah, those old milk days are gone. But I can tell you some stories, and there's a lot of stories out there. Betty, thank you so much for that, Betty. I appreciate that. But and welcome all Kentuckians. I didn't know there was Kentucky folk out there that listen to my channel. So I think Mrs. Barnett, thank you. And Thomas Thornburg. Yeah, Thomas Thornburg. Brian and your channel is awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that so much. A lot of people in the chat. I don't even know how many people we got in the Twitter. I turned it off just a few moments ago. We might have quite a few. We might have 0, you know. But yeah, I'm on X, and if you get an opportunity, that would really help me out if you go out there and follow me on there. I got 9 people on Twitter. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. 9 people. I think there's like 50 something folks, 58 something like that. What we got? Almost 60 folks, 60 in the Visual Disturbance YouTube channel. I cannot believe that the growth has been that big. I cannot believe it's grown at that substantial rate on all platforms. And like I said, I'm not going to boast or brag about it because I just can't get into that. I can't be that type of person. But I want to thank you all for allowing me to have the opportunity to speak, which you guys will come and listen. That's an honor, and I'm very honored, and it's a privilege. It's a privilege, and it's just I appreciate the opportunity. I do. I appreciate the opportunity, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. It's something I will not let you guys down. I'm going to try to keep cranking it out. Like I said, until my soul leaves my body or my breath, I'm going to continue cranking it out and trying to make a difference in this old crooked old world that we live in. And I'm praying that I can bless you guys more and more. That's all. And I just want to be a good servant and keep grinding it out. And I just don't want to let nobody down. And especially the one that made me. So the one that created me. So give all glory to him. But yeah, I just want to keep on keeping on. And I want to thank you all. I can't say it enough. That's why it's a big thanks. Big thanks, Visual Disturbance broadcast today. The milk days have been replaced by the strong meat days. Well, that caught me off guard. That is awesome. Calculus. Yeah. It is so great. That is awesome. Believe me, I slung so much milk, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds. I mean, daily lifting stuff. And big shout out to the milkmen that are still living or still able to crank it out and not break their bones or break something or fall and hit their head. So God bless you guys too. If the milk guys didn't run, I know that's associated with transportation and the big truck drivers, but if the milk guys don't run, nobody's getting their milk. Nobody's getting their milk. So a little, I don't know if you guys heard it. I'll see it. I'm going to sing it. I'm going to sing it, mess with you guys a little bit if I can remember the lyrics. Years ago, I made a song and I was on live, and I remember I was just rough. I was just like, I couldn't even speak. I'm like, hey, y'all doing? I'm Brian Reese. How's it going? Hey, what are you doing? And I'm getting ready to laugh. And I remember sitting there. I think I either talked about Star Forts or Stargates or something, and I was talking about Indian Mounds, and I go, country boy milkman headed that way. If I see a mound of dirt, I'll stop and say, hey. And I think it was right off the cuff, guys. I kid you not. And it was called Country Boy Milkman. I said, country boy milkman. Country boy milkman headed that way. If you see a mound of dirt, I'll stop and say, hey. And Calculus, I took that video down because I embarrassed my family. I mean, I embarrassed everybody, I think. I think the little teapot song I used to sing, and then Country Boy Milkman headed that way. I don't think it was too big of a hit. Country Boy Milkman. And I go, one of the lyrics that cracked me up, I worked hard on that route. Come to find out the milk was crap. And people, I had to take it down. It was so embarrassing. I would not say that's one of my highlights. I think David Carrico actually said that out of his mouth. No, it wasn't. It wasn't that one. It was something else. It was to do with the milk route. And I made a video one time, and I took it down immediately because it involved a egg box. Okay, so it was totally. At the time, I wasn't thinking because I was just telling everybody the stories. Hey, I used to be a milkman. Let me tell you a little story. It was a sick and demented story, but let me tell you about it. Yeah, so welcome to Kentucky, folks. Oh man, the Bluegrass State. Miss Barnett, we're in this together, right? Miss Barnett, you know what I'm talking about. We're in this together. We're in this together. Oh man, y'all, if anybody knows where I'm from, Kentucky, y'all know what I'm referring to. I gotta watch what I say. And then when I introduced the program this afternoon, opening it up, a little spray, make you go cray cray. I get you. So go back, and I didn't put the short on this channel because I thought it might not fit. I thought there might have been a little something in there, a little something that would get disrupted into the algorithm and get kicked out. So I think I put it on X. I think I put it on my Facebook. And little spray, make it go cray cray. And oh yeah, it was. I could probably change the lyrics real quick. I had a blast with that. I was laughing. I almost busted out laughing. And I want to record. It only took me 2 times to record it, and on the second time, my jaw was sore, and I was laughing. But yeah, I would say to change it on this channel so it'd be appropriate for the channel, so I won't the policies and Gotta respect YouTube. Gotta respect what they're doing. I'm allowed to come in and build a channel on their platform. So yeah, I can see why they're kind of strict. I can see it. So I'm gonna respect that. But yeah, I was like, I can't even remember the song right now, but I said something like the Ricky O porch or something, and I can't remember right now. We had a good time, though. We had a good time with that. So check it out. I think I even put it on FOJC and what have you. But yeah, but yeah, I just had a blast with that and had a good time. And I try my best to do good, man. I just try to do different. Try to make everybody laugh, because it's just, world is like, every time you come around, turn around, look upside, the fear is upon us. Like every time. The bugs are infiltrated. The sun's not the sun. The simulator. Everything's all fake. Let's not have any fun. Let's jump on the fear wagon. Let's dig a ditch. The Palladians are on their way. Right? The Greys are here. The Reptilians are next door. You know what I'm saying? We're back to horse and buggy next week. It's just too much. I mean, we got. I mean, it's just pitiful. I mean, we got nuclear material, and then there's people. It's like animatronic. Let me show you a little bit better. Let me show you. It's like this. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to mock, but I'm talking about the robots. I was talking about the robots. Sorry, YouTube. I was talking about the robots. I was talking about those robots. You know what I'm talking about? The robot. I'm talking about them robots. I'm talking about them robots. But yeah, so them robots that the Greys made. Or, excuse me, the Reptilians or the Palladians or the Draconians. Oh my goodness. Real quick, I gotta watch what I say. I gotta respect this platform. I gotta keep saying that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And but yeah, I'm so blown away, like, where we're at. I don't know about you guys, but there's an orb or there's a plane, or there's a fireball from Texas, and here comes the tide. If you're in Kentucky, we got 200 mile an hour winds. Las Vegas, 70-mile-an-hour winds. The semis trip over, and all the electric poles blow up. They're all bent perfectly. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. They're all bent at like a 90-degree angle. No electricity. We had 70-mile-an-hour winds, and here we are in Kentucky. Blow, blow, Seminole wind. It's like Sorry if the mic is too loud, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. And then you'll go, facial recognition. It's getting crazy. You go to the self-checkout line, you're like, yes, y'all know what I'm talking about. You're like, yes, y'all want to put a t-shirt, and it's like, nah. And the green boxes are like, let's get them. We gotta get it. We gotta build the quantum field. That's great. That's what. For real. God created us a way. God created us a special way in His image, right? And they're like, nah. I'm gonna do a show on it here soon, okay? But have y'all seen the news about this supposedly large meteorite that has become into our solar system? And then they'll say, then the robots will say. They'll make all this commentary up. We don't know if it's coming into another. It's coming from another galaxy. And then you'll make a comment like, you're like, what? And then it'd be like, it went to a 30-degree angle and came back 33 feet up this way. That's what they say. And I know y'all caught that. Anybody out there that's intuitive enough to pick up my little encrypted language? I said the 33 for a reason. And I'm not saying it for a nefarious reason. It just seems like if you look at the news, it's like 33 billion miles an hour, or 33,000 miles an hour. Or they'll say 33,000 recall or something like that. It's weird. But, yeah, we'll have to talk about that here in the Visual Disturbance. I'm going to get more information on it. Supposedly that the craft has came, the cylinder object from Magamundamaga has came in. And it's eventually here. We are going to all be extracted from the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki have I've heard this just recently. The Anunnaki have a port. There's a launch pad in Antarctica. It's like, what? How do you know that? It's just weird, guys. Where we at? It's like, yeah, Craig Hayden's blow Seminole wind. But it's just strange. Grammy Story Circle, thank you for being here. Betty Blevins, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you all for being so in the program. I like having people that are cooperating with the chat. I love that. I love good comments instead of bad comments. But yeah, where are we at? Like, for real, like how can this be? And everywhere you look, they're like, they are going to make us immortal. We are 100 years behind the Palladians. They're giving us little drops of nuggets. We're going to be able to transcend to a new human. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it's really crazy. Yes, the orbs, no joke. The orbs fly away in Christ. Come on now. But even that in Colombia, that's a huge deal right now. I'm going to have to do a show on that. I haven't done it in a while. But like I said, it's up to you guys to help me out here. If y'all can come on and jump on at the very bottom screen, show the Visual Disturbance email. Let me know if there's particular topics you want me to tackle or conquer those things here on Visual Disturbance. And another thing, if you want to be a speaker, be a special guest here at Visual Disturbance, inquire about that. It'd be great. I'll be glad to hear from you. Texas, I'm not going to mention the name, but I know you just said, is designing a milk truck for Mars deliveries. I hope that's not true. Yeah, let me tell you something real quick. Okay. Do you know that... Oh, man, I got to watch what I say on here. Let's just say that I had to send hair follicles, some hair, to actually be a milkman. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. So I can only imagine, are you ready for the Space Force? And this, you know how they have the different type of Space Force, whatever. And you can have one with the Milkman logo on it. The Milkman, there's somebody on here that calls me Captain Clerk all the time, or MacGyver. Captain Kirk, I'll be, we'll bring in our fat-free, our 2% free, our whole milk and pasteurized and chocolate milk. We have our half-fat, our cottage cheeses, and we're going where no mold has ever gone before. Buttermilk ain't. I mean, seriously, you need to have a certain credentials to. I hope that's not correct, Tex Haas. Listen, if I ever see that gentleman announce they made a milk truck to go to Mars, let me tell you something. And they use a certain, let's just say, Space Force crew that comes in. They invite all the special milkmen. Man. I don't even know where we got this conversation, but yeah, you have to. How long does it take to get to Mars, Tex Haas? Because look, where I come from, milk would only last for about two weeks on the shelf life, and that was even pasteurized too. But could you imagine 2 weeks shelf life? We better hit Mach 4. We better hit Mach 450,000 because this milk's gonna go bad. Oh gosh. I mean, seriously, guys. I went ranting. I haven't done a show like this for a while. I like when everybody is cooperating with the chat and it actually gives me something to kind of intrigues me. Then I, go with you. Tex Haas said wormholes. Oh man. But yeah, you know what it'd be? I'll go out in the middle of the desert, some disclosed location, and put the hat on and cover my face up, and I'll just remote view those folks. I'll get that milk truck. I'll sit there remotely control the autonomous vehicle that's gonna project up into the air. I'll sit there and use my mind with it. That's a little plug. I'm poking a little bit there. I shouldn't do that. I've got to get this milk. They got schools over at Mars. Half pint, what you want? A half pint, a half gallon, or what you want? 14 ounce or a gallon? What you need? We're gonna be right there. Let me tell you something. You know how space is supposed to be? Well, space is very cold. Okay, it's colder than Antarctica. Okay, so could you imagine how space would be very hard on some milk, right? Even the pasteurized or raw milk, it would be very hard to make it into the conditions unless it didn't have the right shielding, right? Well, let me tell you a story about Brian. So it was a negative 32 here once upon a time, and I had to go and work my milk route. Well, the milk route, by the time I got the milk off the lift gate, it would the temp was reading like a negative 29 outside, and the thermocane, and the milk was freezing instantaneously by the time I got to, and I would run with it at the time. This is like 10 years ago, and I ran to the door at a gas station, and let's just say got a little slushy mix in your winter mix, and I'm not making that up. That happened. So if the conditions at the negative 32 degrees on this surface floor of humanity, the poor milkman can't make it to the door because he's got slushy milk. He's got literally milkshakes, before he even gets to the door. So I don't know how they're going to make it, Tex Haas. I don't know how they're going to make it to to Mars. I don't know how that's going to play out. I hope there's some type of supersonic mechanism, hyper wormhole drive, CERN collider, Stargate system that pops up and pulls the clutch, and then all of a sudden, instantaneously, milk appearing at the Mars facility. But there's my ranting. I had to go there. So, yeah, space actually exists between I can't even, y'all cracking me up. So, yeah, Two Lamps last hour news. Thank you for being here. Thank you all so much for attending with me this long, an hour and 19 minutes. I would freeze. Yes. And I had like 6 or 7, I mean, seriously, like several, during that event, that milk journey, I had several layers of clothing on, several layers. And when I breathed, you could see it like I was literally, stuff was just, it was freezing up, like everything. I mean, it was crazy conditions. So they don't build men like that. They don't build milkmen like that anymore. You know, I'm not making fun of milkman. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just saying in general, I tried my best. And things happened that took me off of that. So, but I really did try. So I didn't know I was going to have a horrible deal happen, an accident or whatever. So, but yeah, that's forever changing. But anyways, that's enough ranting there. And but yeah, it's been a good broadcast, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. I actually just be myself, and just hang out, chat a little bit. And an hour and 21 minutes has went by just like that. Tried delivering sodas in Alaska, Ruth. I know. So yeah, I can only imagine. We got us some. You wouldn't even have to. I mean, how's that even possible? It's almost like the reversal. Like you have a Thermo King. We can turn the temperature up and down on the Thermo King. So you'd have a Thermo King to deliver sodas in Alaska. Had to be, right? Sure. What? I don't know. But anyways, I've enjoyed this. Thank you all for being on here with the X side of things and the Visual Disturbance YouTube channel and the Visual Disturbed X channel. So, Gary, this is enjoyable, although I showed up late. Well, just rewind a little bit after we get done the live feed here. But I just want to come on here and show my appreciation and all the big thanks to everybody out there. Welcome to humanity. And be a good human. Be the change you want to see in this reality. And be a good human. I made a post the other day on X about we need to be better humans. We need to do better. And if you heard me earlier, help support local businesses. Go up to your local coffee shop and ask them what the heck did they have a Bible in the left-hand corner of their facility. That'll be a fun time. Go into a place and start cracking up. Just be like, what? And then be different. Be different. And show the world that you can shine a little light and have fun doing it and be respected and respectable and see what happens. Because the world's on edge. Everybody's on eggshells. Everybody seems like they're all uptight. They're all uptight and wore out with all the, it's the end of the world and we know it. It's all the time, right? And it's getting old. So this is why I do programs like this, and especially we haven't done a coffee combo in like many, probably about a year or so. And it's just a big thanks program to all my Visual Disturbance followers, all walks of life. I don't care where you're from. Remember what I said. Show up at the email. Let me know what you got going in your life. If you just go outside and you cut down trees, I want to hear from you. Whatever. If you're a janitor, I want to hear from you. If you're whatever type of field, occupation, whatever type of credentials, so be it. We'll rock it. And if you have a testimony of Bigfoot, whatever, if you see a little orb that goes and blinks in the sky and talks to you, if it can communicate with you, if you can go down and sit on, literally sit on the back of the bumper of a UFO and take off into Machu Picchu land, please let me know. And we'll talk about it. And hopefully it doesn't get too strange and weird. But yes, support your local bakery. I don't even know where that support the local bakery is. But yeah, if I knew where you live, Sugar Girl, I would be shouting out if you own a bakery, go somewhere wherever that bakery is. So yeah, but if you look, let me see. But yeah, so I just want to thank you all. Sorry I stuttered a little bit there. This is just an impromptu broadcast, and I just want to be me on here. And I just want to tell you guys thanks so much. And but yeah, it's a blessing. And we should not take each day. We shouldn't even take one moment for granted. And like I said, when I look at these comments, I look at these people's emails, I look at these people's notes that they handwrite and literally pour their heart into it. Some of these notes, some of these envelopes I open up, and it's like pushing out 3 or 4 pages. And people are literally hurting. People are like suffering. People have all these problems. And yes, I got problems. But when I hear about other people's problems and they've just been so isolated and beat down by this world and they don't have anywhere to turn, they don't know what to do, my heart goes out to you, for real. And keep your head up. Don't ever let this world just sit there to eat at you and let somebody degrade you and put you down. Put your head up and look straight up. And not look straight up in the air. That's what the government wants you to do. Take the photos of the UFOs. But no, keep your head up. Keep your head up and keep your chin high and enjoy the blessings of being alive. You know, even if you live in a cardboard box, you draw a breath, you enjoy it. You know, rejoice in the day that's given. Love it. Resonate with it. Breathe the air. What good air we got? Look at the sun. Go outside. Do something. If you can't go outside, if you can't walk, God bless you, because I know what it means to have an infirmity. You can use your mind. You can, if you can't see, God bless you on that too. I totally understand where you're coming from when it comes to visual issues. I've met people that are blind, and they're so joyful. They're so humble. They love life and they can't see. That should resonate and ring throughout the world, those folks that have to endure that every day. So God bless you. That takes courage. And I understand, because I have vision issues. I've seen people that have been in that predicament, and they are just so full of life. They love it. They just love breathing. We should do that too. The people that can still see, the people that have, well, heck, if you've got everything given to you, I mean, if you got the golden platter, God bless you too. If there's nothing that's ever happened to you, God bless you. That's awesome. If you have 14 Taj Mahal, 14 level Taj Mahal, God bless you too. If you got every type of piece of gold brick that walks across the street in Fort Knox, awesome. But the reality of it is, we're all human, and we all have tendencies to do wrong. We all have tendencies to judge. And these folks that are just seeing the world through a different lens, literally, and you just know that they're like, you see it just bleeding. I mean, it's pouring out of them. Like, they're so joyful. They sense, they're like sensitivity to everything. Their other senses have increased tenfold. They're just like, I mean, it's unbelievable. And there's other folks that are pinned to a wheelchair or pinned to a bed. And I've seen folks, I mean, literally be like, they'll give all they got to go to the restroom. They go all out. They give everything. And I know people that have done that to get a piece of paper and pen out and write me a letter and put a stamp on it and go to the mailbox. And they can't even hardly walk. Now that's awesome. Now that's awesome. That's something. And that means something. So whatever I got left in the tank, and I got a lot, I think it's a blessing when people do that. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I want to say big thanks to everybody, because that's crazy to me. You take your time, you take the money to pay to write me a letter. You get on my P.O. box and you can't even walk, you can barely crawl. Now that is human. That's humanity. That's something that the electronics and everything can't do. That's something, man. And that just makes me like, I'm just thankful to be alive. And I think about that all the time. I think about the life that I had, and then something happened that almost literally left this earth. And I think about that. I could have been in that shape. I couldn't even been here cognitively or just living or even walking or whatever. And man, for somebody to take what literally got all these problems and write an articulate letter and do all these things, and the kindness out of it, you can feel it from 100 miles away or 2,000 miles, wherever you're from. And to me, that's unbelievable. I just don't even know. Words can't even express how I feel about that, because that's what it's all about. But for somebody to put them into a position where they're barely walking and crawling to the mailbox to send me a letter, man, why should I even complain? Like, I'm talking about when I have a bad day or have some kind of issue. You know what I'm saying? Like anything. Why should I even complain? There's no reason to complain whatsoever. I mean, yes, you got issues. Everybody's got issues. Everybody's got health conditions, infirmities, what have you. But for somebody to crawl to their mailbox pretty much and give their last little bit of strength to send me a lovely letter, my goodness. What in the world is wrong with, you know what I'm saying? Humanity is just, we're strong, man. And there's just something about that empathy and love and mercy and being humble. And man, I just can't even process it. Even talking about this online like this, that means something to me. And I'm not putting anything on for show here. Like, I'm just being raw and uncut. And Brian, you're from Kentucky. Like, this is not for entertainment or a show. This is literally, I want just to pour my heart out here and tell you all that I'm going to continue to try my best to make an impact. I'm going to try, and whatever I got to do, I'm going to keep grinding. And I'm praying that it'll be blessed and that we can continue the course and everything will just work out. Even though these insane times that they call it, the great revealing, right? I'm going to keep plowing. I'm going to keep tilling, you know what I mean? In a figurative sense. And keep that grinding, man. Keep that motivation for that folks that are just like, man, just disabled and just put down, man. I'm a big advocate. I'm a huge advocate for the truck drivers, the milkmen, like I said earlier, for the military. But I can tell you right now, when it comes to elderly or sick folks or anything like that, I'm a big advocate for. I cannot tolerate ignorance and people making fun of people. I cannot stand it. And when I see somebody that is just so full of life and they're got so many health conditions and they're 2 inches away from walking out of into eternity, and they're joyful all the way up. And I mean, that just takes the courage of a saint. But yeah, I mean, I can break down pretty quick when there's somebody that can either barely breathe on a breathing machine or so out of it, and they're taking, I mean, literally, I mean, do you understand? Like, there's just something about that just, man. And I can sit here and joke and cut up and be myself, and and I'm not really doing it for entertainment. This is the way I act, You can ask David and John. David's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. But man. And I just think we need to do better. I think humanity needs to do better. And stop making fun of people. Stop doing things that just doesn't give you any gratification. It's evil. Like, for people to make fun and try to disrupt somebody's life, and somebody that has all these infirmities and just sickness. Like, they need encouragement. They need help. Hey. Hey, then they're like, why is this person talking to me? Everybody else is cussing me because I'm in the way or whatever. And they think they're useless, but they're not, and they have a soul in them. Come on, folks. They have a soul. And we're over here just scoffing our nose up, acting like we're better than everybody. You know what I'm talking about. But we're, that's not good. That's not good. That's not even good. That's just not pure. There's no essence of anything. There's no, people that are doing those type of things, I hope and pray they repent one day. But my heart's heavy when I think about that. People be like, "Did you get my letter? Did you get my letter?" And I haven't even. There's a bunch I haven't even caught up with to even send anything back to tell them how thankful I am. And yeah, so sorry to go on a big old long tangent there. I just wanted to kind of tell you guys where my heart is. And this is so impromptu. I couldn't even, there was nothing here that I was able to really, I didn't know where I was going with it. So I just want to thank you all so much. A big thank you, guys. And if you can share this thing out, I really appreciate it. I really would. And thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Sugar Girl. Thank you, all you folks out there. Johnny Kirk, Craig Wolf. I mean, my goodness, Christine from Colorado. Gary, he's new. Thank you, Gary, and welcome here to the channel. And welcome everybody here to X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. If you're on there watching live here together. And I just want to thank you all for everything. Thank you. Tex Hoss, everybody, all the donations. Bless you guys. And I'm going to continue that course. And I'm going to continue to, and I'm praying that I won't let nobody down. So, I'm going to continue this journey. And I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful. And like I said, it's an honor and a privilege to be on here, speaking about things, teaching, and you guys coming back and listening and showing that love and I won't forget it. So hopefully I get to see you guys in real life. And this is not even a paid promotion or anything. This is just literally me talking about Spiracy Con, and I hope you guys will come out there and meet me in real life. So it'd be an honor. And I'll be blessed beyond measure. I promise you that, because when somebody does that, when somebody can walk, let me reiterate. When somebody's bedridden and they take their last bit of energy to write a note to me, that is beyond, and they'll write something like on the terms, "You have just motivated me and blessed me. They've had so many problems, and I sent you this letter." That just to have that, and just trying to picture and render in your head how you would see somebody go from laying, can't function, can't move, and they just barely make it, and then barely make it back. That's why I won't give up. I thank you guys. So, visual disturbance, like always, a little cray-cray. No, I'm just kidding, Johnny Kirk. I know I messed it up that one time just like that, but a little spray make you go cray-cray. And hit me up in the description box below, P.O. Box, all that good stuff out there. I'd like to hear from you. And thank you for your time, your energy, and everything. I mean that. The energy to come on here and even be in the chat and cooperate in the chat and be so kind. Man. And that's right, Amy. I'm never going to give up. No hope. I'm not going to be giving up on the whole hope. I'm going to keep the hope. Keep the faith. Yep, for sure. And the Texas, no fear. No joke. And, but yeah. You keep it fresh, keep it real, and stay away from, spray meal. Hello. But anyways, God bless you guys. And hope to see you on the next one. Seriously. See you guys on the next one. And here in about an hour and a half, Brother David will be going on about the worms in the mountains. A little thrashing going on Friday Night Live. So if you want to see that, it'll be here in about an hour and a half. So with that being said, thank you. Curious Squirrel. I didn't get his Curious Squirrel. I got to give a shout out to Curious Squirrel. There's old Bill. I talked about you a minute ago, my friend. Curious Squirrel. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, and welcome all new subscribers, everybody out there, all new followers, everybody from all the platforms. Thank you. I mean, seriously, thank you. I've probably said it 4,000 times here, 4,000, but 4,255, and I'm just kidding. But I probably said it so many times on here that I could stay here all day and just say probably 1,000 thank yous and it wouldn't be enough. So, with that being said, I'm going to have to say one more thing. Until next time on Visual Disturbance, I will see you either on a What Ifs or I will see you probably in just a little bit on FOJC. So don't forget, tune into everything on ACTV, all that good stuff. David Carrico, all those guys, John, David, everybody. We'll see you all. And thank you for dropping by on Visual Disturbance channel. And we will see you on the next one. Big thank you to all followers and all walks of life, including the robots. Thanks. Thank you for being part of the Visual Disturbance channel. All of it. Thank you for being here since the beginning. If you're new, thank you for being here. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And I pray that y'all have a blessed day. I will see you on the next one. Visual Disturbance. I am out of here.
I've got one that can see.